Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Los Angeles. This place is amazing, but it does have its drawbacks. I lived here now a little bit longer since I did the first video like this, so consider this version 2.0. Stick around until the end when I go over how to handle the cons and still love LA. Let's talk about it and let's get after it. Hey, if you're new to this channel, I talk about living in Los Angeles and what it's like to work and play here. I'm also a local realtor here and cover real estate topics. If you're thinking about moving here or you have questions about real estate, please reach out. I get a lot of people reaching out all the time asking about Los Angeles, and I love it. Make sure you tap that subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified every time I do a new video. Okay, so most people's number one reason they move to LA is, of course, the weather. It's 75 and sunny every day. Well, that's not exactly true. Temperatures can get below the 40s in the winter and high 100s in the summer. But overall, it's a Mediterranean climate. It's now November and the weather is pretty perfect. The summer weather, I must say, was pretty intense. But again, the beach is here, so you have that. Next up is nature, like the beaches and parks. Some of the nicer beaches are Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, and Malibu. The lower rent beaches are Santa Monica and Venice. Then, of course, there are all the parks around Los Angeles. I love hiking, and Griffith Park is a great spot. See my video on it for more details. There's also Runyon Canyon and Topanga Canyon. Another favorite of mine is Kenneth Hahn State Park. Check out this sweet picture I got from downtown there. There's some great trails and a little Japanese garden as well. You can never really get bored here. I'll move on next to entertainment. Basically any big show you want to see, you can see it here. Anything from comedy to fashion to music and theater, it's all here. I really like comedy and I saw some big names like Mark Maron at the Comedy Store recently. Also on my to-do list is to go to shows at the Hollywood Bowl, the Forum, Greek Theater, and Disneyland. And if you love sports, it's all here too. You got the LA Rams, Dodgers, Lakers, Chargers, Clippers, Galaxy, Kings, and the 2028 Olympics will be here. A lot of infrastructure is being built up for the Olympics, which is really exciting. If you have questions about real estate investing here, definitely hit me up. Of course, then we have the food here. It's amazing. Fresh fish, tacos, other Latin and Asian cuisines. You will be spoiled here by the variety of options. There are really cool joints with lots of vendors like Grand Central Market downtown and Smorgasburg, also close to downtown. If you think about it, LA is one of the closest U.S. cities to Central and South America and all of Asia. Another pro is the business opportunities and networking. It's crazy. I'll meet a random person and they'll have 50,000 Instagram followers. I'm working with a client right now who has millions of Instagram followers. The networking opportunities here are crazy. You honestly never know who you're going to meet. Every major industry is represented here, whether you want to work in entertainment, business, medicine, tech, real estate. I read a statistic that only 1 in 40 people here are in the entertainment business, so don't feel like you'll be out of place if you're not in the entertainment business or an actor, although if you are, you'll also feel right at home. Okay, so the first con I'll start with is the traffic. I moved here during COVID and it wasn't as bad. Now that things are opened up, it's pretty much back to normal. It takes 30 to 45 minutes to get anywhere, and if I'm planning to go see a house on the east side of LA, I have to schedule at least 90 minutes to get over there. There's a lot of bad drivers too. People stop randomly or just on their phones, even on FaceTime. But if you go in with the mindset of, hey, you're going to be in a lot of traffic, there are ways to deal with it. There's good radio stations. You can, queue up some podcasts, music, audiobooks, and just accept that you'll be in traffic for 45 minutes. Another con is the air quality. There are also wildfires and earthquakes to deal with. If you're in the main LA basin or even in the valley, the fires aren't a huge concern, except for the air quality issues. You can thank the Santa Ana winds. I haven't had to deal with that quite yet. On that note, the air quality can get bad here, especially the closer you get to highways or downtown LA. So if you have respiratory issues, just keep that in mind and do your research. I would recommend not living next to a highway. When I moved here, I lived right next to the 10 and I had breathing issues when I was running, so I moved a few miles away and started feeling better. Homelessness is another con to living here. There are tent encampments in some of the touristy areas like Hollywood and Venice Beach and everywhere else. The weather's nice here and a lot of people come out to chase their dreams, and sometimes it doesn't work out. If you leave people alone, they're probably not going to bother you, but you do need to be careful, especially at night. Some homeless people are sick or intoxicated, so just be smart. Of course, another con is the high cost of living. Rents are high and the median home price is over $800,000. Luckily, the market has cooled down a little bit. It's not quite as competitive. It's not quite as expensive as New York or San Francisco, but it's on par with cities like Washington, D.C., where I moved from. There are ways to live here cheaper if you're creative, like living in a group house or being on the more southern or eastern sides of the city. The Valley can be a little bit cheaper. You don't have to live in West Hollywood, where a 2-bedroom will be over $3,000 a month. I do recommend having a job lined up or a few months of savings for when you move. So that's a quick overview of the pros and cons of living in Los Angeles. More content coming out every week. Please let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles or you have questions about real estate, please reach out to me here, and me or my team will love to help you out. I'll continue doing lots of videos, so make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell so you know when new videos are coming out.